Welcome to another TalkTruth Series. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. It's the end of the week. This week has been stressful, well, for all of us. Finally going back to school and stuff like that. And we're still stuck in quarantine. We can't leave the yard, go out and enjoy ourselves. But guess what? We're here again with some nice little entertainment and also some nice knowledge to share because knowledge is power. So we're empowering you guys to be better versions of yourself. Welcome to another Real Connection. Me missing you guys. I really miss you guys. Oh my God. It's like every day my wish was Saturday. Like me, I say, Saturday I take too long to come, man. Me, I miss my people them. And guess what, guys? This week, I'm not telling lie, I really would have think about how I can make you enjoy on yourself. And guess what? Tonight we're gonna talk about something sweet. Tonight we're gonna talk about how to have a little hustle and make that hustle turn into a big business. And say make some money and make that step forward to financial stability. Always good to have a little money. So now, tonight me have a guest for teach for train for show the way. So when boss an intro for him. He's a native of North California. He was taught the spirit of entrepreneurship from his mom through the many hustles, one of which landed him in prison. He was later released by the help of God and he turned his life around. Throughout his transformation, he became an author, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, a mentor, and a father. Today, he has more than 5 years of professional work experience in dealing with aggression, violence, drugs, and gang affiliation. He's here to share a message of hope. The possibilities are endless. You do not have to sell drugs and have problems, struggles, and casket chances in order to success. You can do it. So tonight we have none other than the great entrepreneur, the man who I got teach you off a day with the business, Michael Monroe.
Oh no, man.
What's up? I hope you're having a lovely night.
Absolutely, man. It's great. How you doing tonight?
I'm actually excited, Business, whoa. Yo, me excited. Right now, I jump up and down right now.
already.
Yeah, man, most definitely. So, I'm not telling you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. So tonight, we're going to talk about the hustle. We are going to talk about entrepreneurship. But guess what? We can't reach this until we know the root side. How you flourish to be a tree. We have learned about the roots. So how did you get into the hustling business?
I was born into it, man. I was born into it. Like I ain't had no choices. Like,
Yeah.
I come from a line of hustlers. Like my whole family hustled. My mom was a hustler. My father was a hustler. My aunts and uncles. All the way down to my great grandmother. Everybody was a hustler. So when I was born, it's like I ain't have no other choices. Like, or I mean, I had another choice, but it's like it's what our family did. Like you may see some families, they come from a family of like military backgrounds. Like some families, they expose their kids, like they come from a background of police officers or educators or whatever, military. But for me, it was hustling. That was our family business was hustling. And that's what we was taught. I mean, that's what we was exposed to. Every day. Like I say, it was nothing for me to walk out my room and walk into the kitchen and see my mother sitting at the kitchen table cutting up and bagging up marijuana, and I sit at the table with her and just watch her do it, and then eventually I started helping her do it, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's who I am, it's who I was, so that's how I started. in Baltimore, my mother, she was a kid. My great grandmother was a number runner. She was the number. She ran numbers, and my mother's job was to run around Baltimore City and collect people's bets. You know what I mean? The number they was in their money, and that's what she did as a child. So it's like, we hustlers.
I get what you're saying. You know what the funny thing about what you're saying is that normally when we go in at the kitchen with some mommy, I look for some nice little dinner for with some nice little food. But instead she look for some, I guess it was food for knowledge. She that get the knowledge of hustling.
She had that ganja. She had that ganja on the table. Yeah, she had that ganja on the table. Yeah.
But so you said you were talking about your mother. So what about your father? Was he also a part of the business? Was he around to show you the ropes?
No, my father wasn't there. I mean, I tell people all the time, I really don't even know the guy. Never knew the guy. You know what I'm saying? I can recall maybe seeing him like 3 times my whole life. I can recall as far back I was like maybe 2, 3 years old. I saw him. I seen him the next time I was like 17. At that time, he promised to buy me a car. Never got the car. The next time I seen him, I was like 23, 24 years old. But at this point, I'm the man. I don't need him to buy me a car no more. I got plenty of cars. So, but the funny thing about it is I tell people all the time that even though I never knew my father was a hustler. My father had a club. My mom had a club, like a little juke joint in the South. And people used to always tell me these stories about my father, how he was and how he carried himself. And even though I never knew him, it's like I found myself trying to emulate him or be like him based off
Mhm.
stories that I heard about him. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing. But just hearing people talk about how he carried it and how he conducted himself and how he
Yeah.
handled the business, it really left a lasting impression on me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Even though I didn't know
That's
him,
true. That's true.
he's somebody that I admired and kind of looked up to.
Yeah, but what me I find really interesting about this story. Normally, when you grow up without a father and these stuff, even when you're drifting to the bad side, the whole marijuana and the weed, and the cocaine and those stuff. Normally, your mother is the one preventing you from that and saying, "Please don't go and pray and ask God to keep you from it." And this, how ironic your story is that your mother was actually leading you to that path.
I mean, to be honest with you, my mother, she didn't ever want me selling drugs. She didn't want me doing it. You know what I'm saying? She tried to deter me from doing it. Even when she found out I was doing it, she was kind of mad. She was kind of really mad and upset with the guy that kind of introduced me to it. But it was almost like it was inevitable that I was gonna do it. You know what I mean? There's no way that she.
Yeah, it's like it was already set on the table. Literally, it was set on the table for you to take it.
Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely.
So, were you an only child?
Nah, I had two little sisters. I had two little sisters. One passed away like 6 years ago, and
Whoa,
still living. My baby sister still living.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
So, since your father wasn't there, did you have to be the father of the house? Did you have to be the man of the house? And what was that job like if you were?
I mean, I wouldn't say I was the man of the house, but at some point, I definitely kind of took on a role as like being like a father figure to my little sisters. Just financially though, I can't say that I taught them price values or anything like that in them, but I kind of supported them for the most part financially. I mean,
Yeah.
my mother was the woman of the house and the man of the house. My mother was tough, like she was like tough, like like a woman
Gangster.
woman gangster almost. You hear me? Like she ain't play. You know what I mean? She fought men, women, whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
She ruled with an iron fist. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
people didn't really give her any problems. They tried early on. She bust them across the head with a bottle or pool stick or whatever like that, and you know.
Whoa.
It made the next individual decide, not to do it. You know what I mean? Not even try his hand. So she was tough. My
Mhm.
mother was a protector. She was tough. She was tough.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So what was the relationship like with you and your mom? Because she showed you the rope. So what was the relationship like with you and your mom?
Our relationship was kind of strained. It was kind of strained, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, love wasn't an expression in my household. You know, I didn't, we didn't, you never heard the word "I love you" in my household. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when my mother died, even up until the point that she died, it was hard for us to say "I love you" when we ended phone conversations. Like, it was like a strain. You know, I didn't grow up, you know what I'm saying, with my mother hugging on me and kissing on me, you know, kissy poo and all that stuff. I didn't get that, you know what I mean? Like, my mother taught me, you know, the value of a dollar, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my mother taught me a lot of principles when it came to the streets, when it came to the game, when it came to hustling. You know, we was instilled those type of principles. You know, don't run your mouth. No snitching. Let the police do their own job. You know,
Yeah.
things like that. You know what I'm saying? But love wasn't an expression. You know, in my household, and you know, I tell people all the time, like, I didn't sell drugs for the money. Because my mother, she was all right financially. And
Hmm.
I sold drugs for the attention. I needed the attention. I needed attention because I felt like I didn't get enough attention from my mom. So, I my thing was I told myself, my mother don't love me because I grew up feeling like my mother didn't love me. So I said to myself, I said, my mother don't love me. I'm gonna make the whole world love me. So really, that was my driving factor and my motivation behind selling drugs. It really money. The money was just like a byproduct or an extra benefit, but it really wasn't the reason for it. I needed the money to buy the clothes and to buy the cars and the jewelry and
Yeah.
all the stuff that that brought the attention that I was looking for. It was times when I could be in a but it's still like it was still something empty though. It was still something missing. I was still empty in the inside, still something missing.
Hmm.
I could be in like a crowded room. I could be in the middle of a club with a bunch of people, and sometimes I would feel like I was in it by myself because I was, it was something missing, But yeah, I didn't get that love at home, so but I needed that attention, like, and just the fact that people depended on me, people depended on me having to provide them with drugs, and knowing that I put people in a position to be able to take care of their families and to feed their children,
Yeah.
to put a roof over their kids' head and to buy their wife a new car. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact of knowing that if I didn't give it to them, then they couldn't do those things, gave me a lot of the security, the confirmation that, the affirmation that I needed as a man, because I didn't get it from my mother or my father. And I tell people all the time, like, some people say they got daddy issues. And I tell them I got mama and daddy issues. I got mama issues too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it's crazy
Double
because
portion.
I got a portion of it, you know what I'm saying? So I got mom and daddy issues, but yeah, that was my driving factor for hustling, you know what I'm saying? Because I needed the things that money brought,
Hmm.
That's what I needed that. I needed the attention that, what I'm saying, the things that money bought in order for me to get the attention that I needed.
Yeah, and what I want to really ask you about, you said up until the day your mom died,
Right,
you guys weren't even sure how, you didn't know how to say I love you.
right.
Did you ever find the answer if your mother loved you or not? Are you still questioning this, having that question onto you right now?
No, I mean, I was in prison one time. I was in prison and I was in my and I was praying. I said, I was praying and I began to question God, ask God why, you know what I'm saying? Like, and God, this is what God told me. He said, your mother can't give you what she didn't get herself. She can't give you what she don't, because the way our family was and the way we was raised, it's like, we was raised to get ready for that world out there because it's a cruel
Mhm.
world out there. A person, what I'm saying, might be ready to take your life at any given moment. So you need to be ready. You don't got time to be emotional and you know what I'm saying, to be soft, and you don't got time for that. You got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to be watchful. You got to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to read people. You got to be able to read body language. You got to be able to see a situation before it happened and get out of there. You know what I mean? That's what. Like even to this day, like I read license plate numbers. Like when I'm driving, I read license plate number. You know what I'm saying? I memorize them. So if I see that license plate number again 15 minutes later in another area, like, oh, you following me? You know, like,
Oh,
like
whoa.
I'm that type sensitive, that keen to to my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always like this. Like, I'm surprised I don't have a lot of accidents running the back of people because I'm always looking like,
Mhm.
because that's just how, we was pretty much taught like to be aware of our surroundings and to watch people and be able to read them and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and watch people routine. Because people develop habits and routines, and if a person break that routine, that means something is off with them.
Yes, that is true.
So that's the thing. But I was praying, and God told me, my mother couldn't give me what she didn't get or what she didn't have. She didn't get it from her mother, and her mother didn't get it from her mother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she couldn't give me what she didn't have. My mother was really raised by my great grandmother and not my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And by us having a big family, it's like, somebody had to go lacking in the attention department. And
Mm-hmm.
that just happened to be, my mother and her sister, which is my aunt. They the ones that went lacking in the attention department. They didn't get the attention that they needed from, my grandmother and my great grandmother. So, they couldn't, like I said, my mother from a young kid, 9, 10 years old, 12 years old, she was out there, hustling, running numbers. So, you know what I mean? You ain't got time to be, being all emotional. And I guess I can be a emotionless person now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
after the transformation.
yeah, sometimes I get in trouble for that. You know what I mean? Because even though I don't sell drugs no more, I still kind of carry myself like I sell drugs. Like I don't like telling people my whereabouts. Somebody call me like, "Where you at?" I'm like, yeah. I change the subject, or keep talk. I talk over them. You know what I'm saying? Or they be like, "Why you didn't tell me you was going?" Like, I don't tell people my whereabouts. You know what I mean? I don't. I
It's
really don't
a
put it.
habit. It's a habit. It's like
I just pop up. You know what I mean? Like I just pop up.
it becomes second nature. I get what you're saying. I know what I love what you said. You said your mom can't give you what she didn't have. You see, the thing is, many of times us as children always want the bucket to carry water when our mother only knew how to make the basket to carry the water and she already relayed that information. Sometimes we expect so much from our parents when them actually don't have them now the potential to give us. And when they give us what they have, it's like we look past it and we're looking on the where they're falling, like where they fall short. And I really love what you said. Brilliant. Well said.
But the thing is this, right? When I was praying, I was talking to God. He told me that. He said, "Your mother can't give you what she didn't have or what she didn't get herself." He said,
Mhm.
"What she did give you was she taught you how to hustle. She taught you how to value a dollar. She taught you how to get out here and make it. You know what I'm saying? In any economy. So it's like, well, right now where you have an economy that's was doing bad, it's like I know how to adjust in those type of situations because of
Yes.
what my mother taught me. My mother actually taught me how to recognize opportunity, right? To see an opportunity and be able to see the opportunity in the opportunity, right? Because sometimes people see the opportunity in the opportunity. My mother
Yeah.
taught me math. She taught me how to count, how to add, like I'm like a mathematical genius. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do math in my head like that right there. If you start spitting some numbers out at me, I'm already calculating like what's the profit, what's the loss,
Mhm.
et cetera, what's the percentage, what's the ROI on this investment. My mind is already calculating. My mind is already running the numbers already. You know what I'm saying? That's what my mother taught me. Like I tell people, man, I this go back to when I was 2 years old. Like when I was 2 years old, me and my mother used to walk alongside the road and pick up cans. My mother bought her first car picking up recycling aluminum cans.
Whoa.
I can remember being 2 years old, me and my mother walking down the street picking up cans. You know what I'm saying? So this is not something that I just jumped in. This I was born, I guess I was born into it. My first hustle when I was 8 years old, me and my mother was out dumping trash at the trash dump. I found a box of clothes hangers and a big box of clothes hangers. And I took them home and put them in bundles of 10 and walked around the neighborhood, selling them for a bundle of 10 clothes hangers for $1. My friends was laughing at me, but I had money to buy G.I. Joe men when I wanted it. And like, I bought my own toys, you know what I'm saying? Me and my cousin started a recycling business in our backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I started a lawn care service raking yards. I went home, went to the store, bought some index cards, wrote my name and phone number on there, and used to put them in people's mailboxes, sticking in their door. You know what I'm saying? When they need their yard rake, they call me. I go rake their yard, make $30, $40. This is when I was like 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm
Whoa,
saying?
why you have brilliant business plan already? And
Yeah,
I advertise and thing.
yeah. I bought my own school clothes. You know,
Whoa.
but so that's what my mother taught me. So that
Mm-hmm.
that gave me the opportunity to release my mother from the hurt that I felt, or from the pain that I felt, or for the anger I had towards her. I was able to release her from that. So when I came home from prison, my mother had actually got into the church, where I've never seen my mother go to church a day in my life. Never, ever, ever, besides a funeral. Never
Whoa.
seen a church. But when I came home from prison, my mother was a faithful member of church. She'd go every Sunday. She's like the secretary in the church. So it was like, it was like mind blowing. It was like, my heart was at ease. You know what I'm saying? To know my mother had
Mm-hmm.
also transition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
so
know,
you guys both transform
right?
during the same time period.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
So we're going to take a look at the comment section. So guys, remember to like, share, and comment. And don't be afraid to ask any question. We're here to empower each other. Don't be afraid to even share something that relates to the story and thing. We're here to gain knowledge from each other. So Elliston is saying hi. Big up yourself, Elliston.
Mhm.
Here. Glad to have you here, Milton. Hope you're having a wonderful night. He's saying love that shirt.
Already.
Mommy is a hustler, taught him the streets.
Most
Most
definitely.
definitely. Share the live. Yes, guys, remember to like, share, and comment. So, what would you say to someone that want to hustle?
I mean, it's like, sometimes we use the word hustle with a negative connotation to it. We use it in a
Hmm.
negative way. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with being a hustler, because I'm still a hustler. I just hustle the right thing. I don't
Yeah.
hustle illegally anymore. But anybody that was thinking about getting into the streets and selling drugs, I would tell them not to do it, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Like, listen, I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money selling drugs. At the peak of my career, I made $40,000 a week, and I can do that in 15 minutes. You
Whoa.
know, I could do that in 15 minutes. Like a 15-minute drive, I could make $40,000. You know what I'm saying? And be done for the week. You know what I'm saying? But
Amazing.
but it wasn't worth the time that I spent in prison, because it was time away from my family, time away from my loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Mhm. I get what you're saying.
having somebody control you for that long of a period of time is not worth it.
Mhm.
And then, I lost everything. I lost everything. The feds took everything. They took cars, money, everything. My family, that I entrusted with my money, they took my safe. You know what I'm saying? So, I end up losing in the end. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so I went from making that type of money, and before I went to prison, I came
Mhm.
home and with nothing. I went from making $40,000 a week as a, saying, hustling, to making $7.25 an hour working at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. People in my town treated me like I was an art exhibit. They used to come to McDonald's just to see if it was true that I worked there, because they couldn't believe that Pistol was working at McDonald's. So here I am flipping burgers and dropping fries, and people pointing over the counter, see, like, there you go. I told you he worked here. I'm talking about, getting off from work at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, walking home from work, what I'm saying, after I done had over $100,000 worth of vehicles before I was 25. You know what I'm saying? So it was a real humbling experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take everything from you. It's in the law books, it's called dividing the spoil. It's a biblical term, like when a city went in, when a nation went and invaded another nation, they wanted to strip that nation of everything to keep them from to really to take away their power to fight back, or to retaliate. So when the feds come, they take everything. They take your money, cars, to put you in a position where you can't pay, your way out of the situation. You can't afford the right attorney. You know what I'm saying? You can't, it's like you defenseless. You're helpless. You know what I'm saying? So
I get
that's
what you're saying.
mindset or mentality, and it's actually written in the law. It's called dividing. I think it's called dividing the spoil or something of that nature. But yeah, that's their whole agenda. So like they got a 99 point, a 97, 98, percent conviction rate. They ain't doing too much losing. When they come and get you, they pretty much got you.
Everything, do everything.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, just in order to enlighten some of the viewers, because a lot of us have, we actually view hustle as a bad thing. So, in order to clear the air and ensure that nobody has any misconception, what would you say hustle is?
I would say a hustler is a person that um, know how to make something out of nothing, right?
Hmm.
And knows how to adjust to any situation or circumstance that they find themselves in. A hustler is somebody that is able to recognize the opportunity in an opportunity. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
get what you're saying.
All about the numbers. And I tell people this because when I go and I speak at schools, I always remind the students like, listen, you know, especially African American students, right?
Hmm.
We have been convinced that we don't know math, right? When we created mathematics,
I
but
get.
we have been convinced that we can't do it. Most African Americans struggle with math. And the reason for that, because they know that if we can do math, that we can win in any economy. Because
True.
we know how to recognize the numbers. We see the numbers, but we get frustrated with math. We see that all the numbers is like it's jumbled up too, like and we don't want to deal with it.
And the thing is, the funny thing about knowing math and how to work your way through economy and stuff like that, it's not even like you need to learn differentiation or the calculus or these things. You just need to learn the basic addition and subtraction and
That's
how for percentage thing and possibilities and the statistics.
right. That's it. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
all we need is the basic math and reading. Like I mean, first of all, I'm anti-job. I'm anti-job. I'm anti that. Means just over, right? I'm anti that. I work a job, because I have to at this particular time, but I'm not a big fan of it. It's not something that I promote, and that's something that I don't that I push. I'm not really a big fan of traditional education. I'm a big fan of the non-traditional education, right? Like, they make calculus and trigonometry and all these things a requirement for graduation, but none of us has never seen that after we graduate unless we go into an engineering field. So why is it something that we're never going to use that we really don't know? Why they don't teach us about credit? Why they don't teach us about interest rates? You know what I'm saying? Why they don't teach us about, a return on investment? Why they don't teach us about stocks? Why they don't teach us, what I'm saying, about acquiring business loan and how to start a business? Like, why can we go get a student loan, but we can't get a business loan? You're
But
gonna give me a mortgage. You're gonna give me a home loan. You're gonna give me $250,000 to buy a house, but you won't give me $10,000 to open up a business.
hmm But think about it. If we gain all these knowledge and come on top, wouldn't it be unfair for those who is already on top? You can't do that.
The system's designed to keep us down, but that's why we got to learn how to you know,
Hustle.
our oppressors, right?
Yes.
So we have to learn what our oppressors know. Like a dude told me in prison one time, he said, Monroe, he said, if a white man put his money in the ground, you better put yours in the ground too, because he knows something.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even the Bible says that, because a lot of times because like, just use the word hustle. We think, we look at the word hustle in a negative sense, right? But in the
Hmm.
Bible, even in I think it's in Luke 16:8, it says, the children of this world the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light.
Mm.
So basically, God was saying the wicked, or the children of the world is in this generation smarter than the believer. He said, therefore, go make friends of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn what they know and learn
Yeah.
how to apply what they know
To our life
a
to
positive
better.
to benefit us, right?
Yes.
Think about this.
And
Go ahead.
so I like how you're speaking, and it's brilliant, and how to take the knowledge. So if I have a talent, or I come up with a product or stuff like that, how can I, as the average, the average, oppressed by the system and thing, how can I actually turn my talent or product into a hustle in order to reach that goal?
Right.
How would you tell us to approach the situation?
I mean, first of all, I think that everybody should have their own business or a side hustle. If you work a job, you should have a hustle on the side.
Mhm.
You should have to supplement your income. I just believe that. Like if your job pays your bills, you know what I'm saying, your hustle should be money that you can allow to continuously accumulate so you can invest that money into other ventures. That's
I get what you're saying.
see this like this right here. Most people when we work a job and we work overtime, we think that our overtime money is extra money for us to spend when it's actually extra money for us to save.
Mm.
Like a portion of what we make. Like I listen to Jim Rome, one of those, a lot of motivational speakers, and one of the things that they teach is that a portion of what you make is yours to keep. A portion of what you earn is yours to keep. So a percentage of what you make out of each paycheck should should be saved and put up for opportunity. Because this is what I tell people. It's not that opportunities don't come our way. The problem is that when the opportunities come, we're not in a position to take advantage of the opportunity. We say things like, if I only had the money.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But the
So
reality is we had the money. We just
mhm.
wasted just spent the money on things that we really didn't need. We bought an MK bag, or we went, got our hair and nails done every week, or we went on vacations and we did this. My motto is stay down till you come up. Like make the sacrifice now, delay gratification. Sacrifice now to be able to live later like the way you want to live and not have to, punch somebody else's clock. Like why do
Yes.
we 65 years old, 70 years old to start, traveling the world? Now you too old and broke down. Why you gotta wait till you 70 to get that sports car you already wanted? When you can barely get in and out of it. Now you got a walker.
Yeah.
So
I really agree with what you're saying because I think I've heard it once. I've heard it before. No, I wouldn't say once, but I've heard it before that a lot of people why they're not even financially successful is because their horizons are very short. They focus on how spending this affects us now, but we don't really look at how spending $100 today affects us 10 years from now or stuff like that. And I really yo, that brilliant way you just say, because if we buy a shirt for $100 and if we invest $100 and get $200, instead of we lose $100, $200, we lose this.
right. It's like, we're afraid to invest, we're afraid to start a business, but we're not afraid to go to work every day. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm scared of going to work every day. Like just think about it. What if you go to work every day for a whole week, right? And then you get to the end of the week and your boss tell you he can't pay you. Like we'll work on credit all week long. Or for 2 weeks. Some people work a whole month on credit,
Yeah.
right? Really hoping that you get paid at the end of the week, right? But
Mhm.
why can't we apply that same principle to starting our own business? You know what I'm saying?
That
Or
is
you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And like everybody, people say, well, everybody not a businessman or business owner. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you don't have to have to start a business. Sometimes you can invest in an already existing business, one that you believe in, right? Or
true.
you can buy an already existing business. All you got to do is check that business financial for the past 3 to 5 years and see how it's been doing. And then you just resume ownership of it and have the person that owned the business before come on, join on, and teach you the business, and give you like a 90-day, walkthrough of it to make sure that you understand the nature of the business. The same way you would go to a job and get trained on a job. When we first walk in the job, we are afraid, we scared because we don't know what to expect. We don't really know how to do the job. But we stay there and we do it until we learn it. We make mistakes and we know that, you know, the ability to perform the job right comes through repetition. So the ability to run a successful business or have a successful business comes through repetition.
Yes, that is true. You see, I agree with you 100%. Even the fact that it's a risk to even go to the very same work where we put all our trust in, and we actually brave enough to go work for somebody else than to work for ourselves.
We trust our boss more than we trust ourselves.
And the funny thing is, the same boss business can crash and you end up not getting the money.
Right.
So I same thing still, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it different still. You just get a part of the boss money while you could get the full money when you own your own business.
Right. You know.
So we're going to take another look at the comment section. You know, want them feel left out. Remember, we're all family, you know, guys. Don't be afraid to ask any question. Don't be afraid to even comment. Say you agree, say you disagree. We're all here to empower each other and learn from each other. Hashtag your mother can't give you what she don't have. Agree, agree. Hi, and I hope you're enjoying your night, Kadian. Hope you're enjoying your night. Good night, guys. Good night, Mrs. Lewis. You're a true inspiration. I love your transparency. Transparency. Yes, man. Brilliant speaker. Guys, I hope you have your pen and paper out. Guys, you have to take notes. More open and take notes, you know. You can't leave here the same like how when you come on, when you not leave the same. Trust me, just get out the notebook. Hi, Mike. Miss
Uh-huh.
Huff is saying hi.
It's my classmate.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Yes, going to work for someone else is a risk for sure. But it's a risk we are willing to take.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a risk. You know.
On my grind. Hashtag on my grind. Most definitely. You don't like take risk. Well, we are take risk for go day to day for go on the man them job. So I guess we're lovers of others people risk.
That's the thing, right? Like I tell people, most people don't have a stomach
Hmm.
for starting their own business because you have to have a stomach for it.
Hmm.
Because people can't handle the fact that they're putting their money out there and they never know when they're going to get it back.
That's true.
You know, that's what most people can't handle. Most people we have been trained to work 40 hours and get paid at the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? That's our, people we are raised to, you got to be a hard worker. You got to work hard. You know what I mean? No, we don't have a conversation at the dinner table about investments, about stocks, and about starting a business, and about buying wholesale, selling retail. We don't have those conversations at our dinner table. We don't have conversations at our dinner table about credit and about return on investments, ROI. And see, this is one thing that I tell people, right?
Yeah.
There's no different from the streets in corporate America, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's just different terminologies. It's just different
Mhm.
wording, right? In the streets, we call it on face, we call it consignment. Sometimes we say credit, but in the business world, it's credit. The thing,
Yeah.
a person will get in the drug game, and they will take 3 to 5 years to get themselves to a position where they're selling weight, right?
Hmm.
But they won't take that same 3 to 5 years to build their credit so they can go into a bank and ask for a $50,000 business loan. Both of them took 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we have enough patience over here, but we don't have enough patience over there,
That
right?
is true.
We don't have nobody to really bridge the gap, all right, or to bridge the two worlds and tell us like, look, it's the same thing. It's just different terminologies. It's just different words,
That
right?
is true.
A person who sells drugs has the potential to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company if he's taught the law of corporate America the same way he was taught the law of the streets.
Yes. You
You know
see,
what I'm
that me I say sometimes it's like it's hard for the teachers to be real and bring the knowledge in our own way.
But
Won't
see,
bring to our day to day lives.
we have to be able to speak the language,
Hmm.
right? We have to be able to show the comparisons. right? And to show a person how the two correlate, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like people from the streets are afraid to walk into a bank. You know why? Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of pale faces in the bank, and we were taught to stay away from pale faces. No disrespect to anybody on that's watching, but that's what we're taught. Like, never trust a pale face. We don't go downtown. We don't go downtown. We don't go anywhere near the courthouse or the police department. We stay away from that, far away from that as possible. But that's
Mm-hmm.
where all the business take place at. You know what I mean? That's where all the real business is.
Yeah.
See, we can be everybody in the streets and be nobody on paper,
Mm-hmm.
right? We are unknown in corporate America. We are unknown. We don't have no credit history, right? We don't have no history or no work history. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any of these things. So we're nobody on paper, but we can be
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the streets. But the moment we try to come over into corporate America and be somebody, we get doors closed on it because guess what? I don't know you. We don't have no record of you. You don't have no history.
Yes. And you know what? I agree with what you're saying. What you said, most of all, is that they don't try to speak our language. It's like we're expecting to go in. It's like we're from England and we're going into Spain, expecting this
Right.
them to understand what we're saying.
You understand the language.
That's what I'm saying.
So if you got somebody that can show somebody how corporate America is just like hustling on the street corner, and
Mm-hmm.
to, dumb it down enough for them to be able to understand it. But the person that's on the street corner has to be open enough to receive the information that's being given to them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we're kind of taught in the streets not to let nobody else son us. So we don't want to feel like, and especially as men, it's like, we can't show any signs of weakness
Weakness.
or vulnerability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we act like we know something when we really don't know. And the problem is that we don't know, but we think we know.
That is true. That is true.
You know?
That is true. I think it's just the mindset still,
It's the
That's
mind.
why I always believe the environment you're grown in actually define who you are. Because when you grow up in the streets and you sure say, yo, you're the Superman when I have no kryptonite.
Right. Right.
And from you have to just step in at everything. Oh my, I know that already. Me know that already. You can me don't know. Yeah, I'm joking, man.
Right. That's
But
right.
I agree. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
most
no,
people.
we learn about the backstory. We learn about the hustle. We learn how to even use our very own talent to hustle. And we learn that hustling is just like if we use the hustle the right way, we still can hustle our way into corporal world.
Hmm.
So now we're going to talk about your transformation. How did you became? What bridged you to being the man that you are right now?
I mean, well, when I went to prison, you know what I'm saying? You know, like man, I didn't know what was gonna happen with me, man. It's like I'm thinking like, I'm ready to go do, 2 weeks and be out of here, or a couple months, maybe a
Hmm.
year, when I'm, God gonna release me. But that didn't happen, that didn't happen at all. But it's like when I first got arrested, I was in the county jail and I was in there one night and man, something just happened to me, man. Like I don't know what it was. Something just came over me, man. I just started crying and just confessing all these things and started repenting, man. And it was crazy because that's something that you didn't do in prison. You don't do that in jail, especially around other men because you're showing, signs of weakness or being vulnerable, and that's something that people can exploit and take advantage of it. But it just so happened to be that I was in a cell with a couple other guys that was going through that same transformation themselves. So they
Hmm.
ain't look at me as being weak. They really actually looked at me as being strong. And I
Hmm.
began to confess and cry, and and just pray to God and God forgiveness and all these things. And man, God just kind of took me on this journey throughout my whole prison bed to where I was in like a position of leadership the whole 10.5 years that I was in prison. And
Mm-hmm.
I led a compound of like 1,600 inmates. I was like pretty much like the assistant pastor there. And, it's like I had the opportunity to be able to be an inspiration to like people from all walks of life, people from different countries, different religions. I'd have had Muslims to come to me and cry and ask my advice and, needing a word. I'd have had, Buddhists and Hinduists and
Whoa.
Santeristas and, people from the Nation of Islam and, non-believers and, people from all different walks of life come to me like, man, like, really is like, man, I need you, like, man, like, you the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a great thing, man. So in just being in federal prison, one of the things I tell people is that it's a different from being in state prison and being in federal prison, because I done time in both, right? In state prison, you're around a bunch of people just like you, low level drug dealers, B&E artists, DWIs, armed robbers, things of that nature. When you go to the feds, you're around people from all different walks of life, from different countries. You know what I'm saying? People that were stockbrokers and mortgage lenders and mortgage brokers, and people that had their own businesses, and from corporate America, lawyers, all types of people. So it's like you're exposed to something different, to something far greater. And
Mm-hmm.
exposure is everything, because if you don't know any, you don't know that if anything else exists, you don't know what your options are.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, I
know,
get what.
so that's how pretty much how my transformation took place. You know what I'm saying? And it's been an amazing thing. And really, the thing I tell people is that when you're in the streets, you kind of it's a cap over you. It's only so far that you can go.
Mm-hmm. It's
You
like a saying, Jamaican saying that don't hang your basket where you can't reach it.
Right. You set limitations. You put limitations on yourself, and even when you're not in Christ, when you're not a believer, there's limitations on you. But like he said in the Word, he said, "If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have passed away; all
Mm-hmm.
things has become new." So I tell people that when you are in Christ, there are new possibilities. Those things that were impossible before have now become possible.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, an interesting question I want to ask you. If you had the chance to rewrite your past, what would you rewrite?
To be honest, I wouldn't go to prison. Right? That would be the only really. I mean, like I tell people this, right? I ain't had no boring sin life. I had fun. I had fun when I was hustling. I had an amazing time. It was a wild ride. My life is a movie for real. Like I wouldn't. I mean, the only thing I really regret is the fact that I hurt it. I hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to
Mhm.
the level of success that I reached. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
get what you're saying.
If I could do it again without hurting other people, like that would be my only thing that I would change. And I could have. I wish I had mentors, around me then that like me, like I am now, that could
Mhm.
show me the way, show me what to do with all the illegal money that I was making. Because even when I was in the street and I was hustling, like I had a barbershop, I had a nightclub, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I was messing around with real estate, and 18 wheelers and all that stuff, but I wasted a lot of money because I was paying for an education and I was paying a high price for it to learn the business. Like I lost a lot of money because I didn't know what I was doing, and I ain't had nobody to really show me how to do it, to hold my hand, be like, yo, this is what you do it like this, do it like that. I had to learn on my own, and it cost me a lot of money. So that's
Yeah.
why I can tell a person from experience and not from theory. Like I'm telling you this because I have experienced this. I know it's like to open up a club. Like you want to open up a club and tell me why. Oh, because I go to the club all the time. Like, you know what? I thought the same thing because I went to the club 3-4 nights out of the week. I thought I could run a club. But when you to run
Yeah.
a club, the club business is a 7-day-a-week business, right? You have to work
Mhm.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday just to be ready for that one Saturday night. Or you got to work Monday through Thursday just to be ready for a Friday and Saturday night. The Friday and Saturday night is what everybody else see, but they don't see the work that has to go on behind the scenes before you open up on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know?
So we're going to take a look at the comment section.
Okay.
So Elistan is asking, what investment is the best investment?
Real estate. Real
Why
estate.
you say that? Why you say that?
Because it's the only estate that's real. That's why they call it real estate. Right? It's the only estate that's real. You know what I mean? And see, this is the thing. We have been taught linear income. That's where we trade our time for money. We trade our hour for $1, right? We need to learn.
Mhm.
We need to learn passive and residual income. Passive income, residual income is when you do something one time, you keep getting paid for it over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like if they like everybody got a cell phone, but how many times did they sign you up for that cell phone? One time, but you pay the bill every month. Your light bill going out and you sign up for it one time, but you pay it every month, right?
Most definitely.
And see, I tell people this: if you pay residual bills, you should be making some residual money
Mm-hmm.
because you pay those bills every month. So you should be making some money residually every month to pay for those residual bills. So my number one thing is real estate. I mess with stocks. I like stock options versus the traditional stock. You know, and then owning and starting, opening a business, starting a business. Trucks. Trucks is a great investment. 18 wheelers, dump trucks. Now you got a lot of people out here that's buying the dually trucks and they're hauling cars and hauling freight with dually trucks. It don't cost a whole lot of money to get in. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that anything that's profitable, anything that you can see a profit in is
Mm-hmm.
investment. You know what I'm saying? So, but definitely real estate, real estate. And there's so many tax benefits that come with real estate. You know what I'm saying? You get so many deductions, you get, it's like, and the thing is that people have to understand that the tax code really tells you what to, because if you're a homeowner, you get a lot of tax breaks that you don't get as a renter. So
Mm-hmm.
so the government's telling you go buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
If you own a business, you get certain tax breaks. So the government's telling you go start a business, right? Because the tax code is designed to help three people. That's a person who provides jobs, a person that provides affordable housing, and a person that invests in America's infrastructure. So
Mm-hmm.
do one of those three things, the government will give you tax breaks.
Mm.
You know,
I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna drop a little gem because I'm gonna drop this one gem since this is this platform designed for authors, right?
Yeah.
See this book right? This is a copy of my book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Produce this book. Say if it cost me $2 to produce this book, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a business owner, right? I can take, I can, and I work a job. I can go and I can adjust my W-4 form because whenever you go get a job, you fill out the W-4 form. That's like your number of dependents, boom, 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 boom. But most jobs only give us the first sheet, the first page. But it's actually a second page to that sheet, right? And
Yeah.
that second page is for business owners, where a business owner writes down all their allowances and deductions on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Charitable contributions. So if I can purchase my own book for $2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I order 100 copies, that's $200. And then I turn around and donate those 100 copies to an organization for $20 a book. That's $2,000 plus the 200
Yeah.
that I spent ordering the books. So now I got $2,200 worth of tax reductions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now when I make the adjustment to my W-4 form, right? What happens is when I get paid every week,
Yeah.
there's no taxes coming out of my paycheck. So whatever I gross is what I bring home, and
Mm.
by giving these right away. So
Interesting.
so I spend $200 to get $2,200 worth of tax breaks or tax deductions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's some gain, and that's why it's important that as individuals we understand the tax code. You know.
That is true. So, at any point, did you ever feel embarrassed or a failure?
Um, I think so. At one point, when I came home, I probably felt it the most because people had all these expectations of me when I came home. People expected me to come home the same way that I went in, and that's not what happened. They was ready for the old pistol to come back. Like
Mm-hmm.
people in my community even had a bet. They had a bet on how it would take me to get back to hustling again. You know, right? I mean, an actual bet. Like my homeboy said, he won. Because he said 2 years or better, and it's been almost next month. It'll be 7 years I've been home, so I haven't did anything illegal in over 17 years. You know,
Whoa.
so, but that was the thing. And then, people expected me to come home with all this money and just get back to being the flashy old pistol that I was before I went to prison, and then, just the struggle that I have to endure sometimes, not having the money that I used to and being able to do the things that I used to the way I used to do them. Sometimes it makes me feel like, dang, I wish I would have did things different, or I wish I would have had some extra money hid over here somewhere, just in case, but
Mm-hmm.
I trusted people, and me trusting people, it came to, haunt me in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but so I felt like a failure a little bit to that extent. And then the fact that, people don't give you the same grace period when you're trying to do something legal as they did when you was doing what you was doing illegally. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you know, illegal money is fast, is quick money.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of hard work and grind and thought to get your book off the ground, to get a business off the ground, to launch a t-shirt brand, to start a clothing company, to start a trucking company. First of all, you have to get that knowledge and experience, and it could take we'll give a person 4 years of college to get the education that they need to do this job or this profession, right? And then once they get into the workforce, now they have to add experience with those 4 years of college.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In order for them to be considered a professional. But we don't give ourselves, or people don't give us that same grace period.
That is true.
So they expect us to go from nothing to something overnight. And there is no overnight successes. Even the people that we see that we say the overnight successes, they were not overnight success. They got
That's true.
a lot of skin in the game.
I've hardly ever hear somebody win the lotto, much less a man to just buy him first ticket and win.
Right. Right.
So the thing is, even in gambling or lotto or these stuff, it doesn't, sleep and wake up, or when the draw come, it's not like the first draw you enter you go win.
Because at the end of the day, there's no circumventing the process. You got to go through the process.
Mm-hmm.
There is no shortcuts. You cannot circumvent the process, because
Mm.
a person can get him just because a person got $1 million don't make them a millionaire. Because
Well,
the millionaire has to be here. Because
most definitely.
you give a person $1 million, they'll be broken in no time because they don't have a millionaire blueprint. Because if you don't know how to, like, that's why God said, if you're faithful over a few things, He'll make you a ruler over many. You got to be faithful over the few first.
Mm-hmm.
And then God said, okay, you master that, you faithful over that. Let me give you a little bit more. That you
Mm-hmm.
get, master that. Let me give you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He don't just give it to you all at once, because He know it'll ruin you. It'll break your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So it's levels to it. So once you, and that's how school is designed. Once you complete one level, you go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So and that's the thing. Like, you get a person that much money because they don't have a millionaire blueprint, they'll go broke fast. That's why you see those people win the lottery and go broke in 6 months, 2 years. They
Well, yeah, give them too much time. Yeah, give them too much time.
right. You don't know what to do with $10,000. What you gonna do with them? What you gonna do with $1 million?
Yeah, say 6 months. I think if you give them all a month.
So hey. So yeah, man.
So, what's the greatest lesson you've learned on your journey?
The greatest lesson that I've learned on my journey is patience. Patience. That's the greatest thing I've learned on my journey is to have patience. You know, and that's one thing prison will teach you is patience. You know,
Yes.
a lot of times we pray and we ask God, God, give me patience. And God said, okay, the way God teaches patience is by putting us in impatient places,
Mm-hmm.
impatient positions, right? You know, I know what it's like to stand in a child line for 3.5 hours waiting on one piece of chicken, right? Going to the commissary and having to wait 4 or 5 hours to get, some potato chips, honey buns, and
Uh-huh.
snack crackers, and waiting 4 or 5 hours. You
That's
know,
so like a Jamaican waiting for some nice Kentucky Fried Chicken.
yeah, man. I stood in line 3.5 hours waiting on one piece of chicken and wasn't going nowhere. Like, wasn't going nowhere. Like I'm getting this chicken.
I get
Like
what you're saying.
they're gonna have to fry some more. They run out, they're gonna have to fry some more because I'm standing in this line.
Mm. What would you do to make the youth of tomorrow better if you could make that difference?
What I do? To be honest with you, it's hard. It's hard in the world of social media, to
Mm-hmm.
because now it's like everybody's looking for instant success, and they're looking to be Insta famous, Facebook famous and Snapchat famous, you know. So it's kind of hard because it's hard to get a person to go against the grain, right? Anytime you see a person going against the grain, that's a unique individual because it's hard to go against the grain. It's hard to go that way when everybody else is going that way, or when everybody
Mm-hmm.
say the way to go, you say, "No, I'm gonna go this way." It's hard to do that because a lot of times we follow the crowd. And right now, it's like, criminality is something that's being promoted as being the thing to do, the thing to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, it's like, it's free fall, and it's not that way at all. And
Mm-hmm.
it's meant somebody that, this is not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I've learned is that everybody in the streets really just want two things. They
Mm-hmm.
either want some money, or they want some attention. So we can learn how to provide them with either or, then we can save them from getting out there in the streets.
Yeah, I get. Whoa, that is true. Because yeah, if you don't have no attention, you're not getting no love at home. You have to go seek it somewhere, and we always choose the place closest to us.
Most definitely.
And
Most
the
definitely.
other thing is, if you don't have any money, of course you're going to seek it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
I
Yeah.
agree with what you're saying. So if we can supply these needs, so if you realize that they want the attention you give them not have to go outside and seek it. If
Right.
they want money and you give them or teach them a way to legally to get it,
Most
they don't
definitely.
need to go up on the streets and get the illegal way.
Right. Right. And then that thing we have to make get money legally fly. We have to make it, dope. We have to make it, appealing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, like I tell people, we don't grow up with the Huxtables, in the neighborhood with the Huxtables,
Hmm.
but we watched it on television. And that's what a lot of us, you know, saw it after. But at the end of the day, those roles, those type of families were in our communities, right? We have to
Hmm.
learn to put the neighbor back in the hood.
Hmm.
We have to learn how to put the neighbor back in the neighborhood. We
That's
don't
the problem.
call them neighborhood no more. We call them hood. We done took the neighbor out.
Yeah.
So we're not,
Well, neighbor, but well, neighbor, not just me.
yeah, we're not neighborly anymore. It's not a neighborhood no more. It's the hood. We just got
Uh,
we got rid of the name. It's just hood.
hmm.
But
That's powerful. If you don't know if anything else exists, you won't know your options.
right,
That is true.
you have to be
It's
exposed. You have to be exposed to something different, so you know that something different exists.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I heard TDJ say one time, he said, listen, if you can't move your kids out of the hood, he said, at least drive them out of the hood so they can see that a whole other world exists outside of the hood. Like there's a big
Mm-hmm.
world out there outside of their 4 block radius. You never know what type of epiphany a kid would have if you drive them, take them somewhere else. Like If you take a kid from the hood to Washington D.C. and let them see the Pentagon or let them go to visit the White House, it may be something that sparks in them to make them want to be a politician, be a senator, and be anything, because you expose them to that life. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And then they go there and see somebody that looks like them there. Like, oh man, they see like how cool it is or how fun it can be. You know what I'm saying? How it's in their reach. Because sometimes we think that these things are beyond our reach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you let them see that, look, this is well within your reach. You can do this.
That is true. And it's like feeding a child something. Like every day you feed the child rice. How are they going to know that they like something else if they only eat rice for the rest of their life?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You never know what you like until you try it.
That is true. Experience does teach a lot of wisdom. Most definitely.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
People usually only see the results, not the background work. That is most definitely. You see, people don't look on the construction, them just look on the finish house.
Yep.
It's the only estate that's real. Real estate is interesting. That is true. Makes sense. Awesome gems. Wow. You are definitely not the mistakes that you made in the past. You are more than a conqueror and you are victorious. Stay humble and watch how God will open even more doors for you. I'm behind you 100% and this is just the beginning. Hashtag salute.
Most definitely. Facts.
So I hope you guys are getting your fingers ready, cause even my finger them ready. Look how it's nice and exciting. A time for we give away tonight, and guess what? We all want to turn that talent or product of ours into that big dream, get into the cooperative world. So why wait now? Why lose the opportunity? Remember what you say now? Turn opportunity into opportunity. So we're giving you that door of opportunity tonight to win a copy of his book. So let me know that you guys are ready, because I'm ready. And if you don't want it, trust me, I go type and get it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ready. Real talk, patience. Every Thursday. Yeah, man. Get the fingers ready. Exercise them. Run go the kitchen, drink like water if you feel like nervous. Do 10 push up. Do some jumping jack. Cause me ready. Even me know say Mr. Michael ready if you ask him a question. Cause he want to turn on into the best version of himself. So guess what? It's your time. So let me know that you guys are ready. Let me know that you guys are ready, guys. I'm here, ready. I'm ready for you guys, and I'm actually here wanting to give you guys this opportunity. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So I'll give you 10 more seconds to get ready. Then Mr. Michael is going to ask the question, and then who gets it right, say you get a lovely copy of the book. So now, Mr. Michael, the floor is all yours. Yeah, you can ask him the question now.
The question is, what was my first business or my first hustle? What was my first hustle when I was like 8 years old? What was my first hustle?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Look, come. We know I'm steal it. We know I'm steal it. Come on. We know I'm steal it.
You remember? You
Most
remember?
definitely. Most definitely.
All right, all right.
No, no, no. Hush.
Nah,
No, no. Good try, though. Good try. Come on. You guys have this. You guys have this.
come on, man. Somebody got to get this book, man. Somebody got to
No,
get it.
no want me. No want me give away answer. So come on, guys.
Somebody got to get it.
Yeah, man. Me, who want them life to transfer? This is the opportunity, you know. Selling quote.
Yep, that was it.
Why? My friend, brother. Miss Kelly, you are brilliant. Oh my God. If I'm me like you, made I run up and down in my house right now. No, sir. Miss, no, man. More say congratulations. Congratulations. No, you really would have your notebook. Me know say you would have your notebook. You would have pay attention. So I hope you just type a little the winner's speech. Let me know how you feel. Let me know who you want. Thanks for this. You know, you want to thank your mother for having you in order to live to see this moment, you know. Because if your mother never bring you, you know, so let me know how you feel. So type your winner's speech in the comment. Yes, Miss Kelly. God know yes, man. And
Acceptance.
for those who didn't get a chance to win, I know that you guys are brilliant. And I will encourage you guys that definitely you should get your copy. Not even think about it too long because we don't want to transform our life, you know. We want to be better versions of ourselves, you know. We can't miss the opportunity to get a copy of the book. Remember, you know, we have to turn opportunity out of opportunity.
That's right.
I have the book, so you can ask another question. Okay, you can go ahead and ask another question.
Other question. Let me see. Let me see. How did my mother buy her first car?
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So here the question. How did his mother buy her first car? Yo, yeah, easy question. I give them enough. Wait, someone could go through. We could see who are the brilliant people. You don't want to be left out, so you have a chance to answer this one. I know. Pick.
Yep, that's right.
Yes. Elliston, what Elliston with the brilliant answer? Congratulations to our second winner of the night. You see, we have two winners. You see where the way these viewers are listening and them thing there. More say congratulations to the two winners tonight. Congratulations, Elliston. Congratulations. You're a brilliant young man. You are a brilliant. Me know say you supposed to run up and down and enjoy yourself at this moment because your life are gonna be transformed the moment you read all the first word in the book. First word.
First word. Yeah.
So where can we reach you in order to get a copy of the book and also to, you know, interact with you and get some advice to transform our life? So where can we contact you?
You can reach me on social media, Instagram, P the Hustler. That's P underscore D8 underscore Hustler. And you can reach me on Facebook, Michael Pistol Monroe, and just send me a DM. You know, I accept cash PayPal. Once I receive the funds, your book will definitely be in the mail. My book is also on Amazon, but I never promote my book on Amazon because, you know, I tell authors all the time, don't use Amazon to promote your book because Amazon take most of your royalties. So either promote your book through Instagram, Facebook, or your own personal website, and hand mail your own copies to your book, so you can receive or keep as much profit from your book as possible. You can even go as far as if a person orders your book, you can go on Amazon, and this is for my authors. You can actually go on Amazon, order an author's copy of your book, and just change the address to that person who ordered from your website or from your Instagram or Facebook, and have it sent directly to them as an author's copy. You know what I'm saying? And let Amazon also be your distributor and still keep the majority of your proceeds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So,
that Instagram P underscore the
mhm.
the underscore hustler, and Facebook Michael Pistol Monroe on Facebook. Send me a DM. I got I got boxes of books. I got books on deck. So yeah, we can. I definitely get them out to you.
Yeah, and we'll also have all your information in the description.
Absolutely.
So, congratulations, Elliston. And guess what? That's true. I want to give it to Milton Carr. You see it? Just by being here, Milton was blessed.
Okay.
You see it? This opportunity was there for Milton, and just by making it here, an opportunity was made out of the opportunity that of coming here. So congratulations, Milton, for getting a copy. Trust me, when you read the first letter you look on your life transfer. Thank you for the nuggets. I really appreciate that. Good looking out. Congratulations, Milton. So, guys, if you were blessed tonight, we are accepting gifts in order to improve ourselves so we can, better the family, say be more accommodative to everyone. So we are trying to improve the platform for you guys so we can, produce better works for you guys. Cause if you're blessed, we're accepting gift, and you can send an email to the email below. So Milton, what would you leave us here with tonight?
Milton, Michael.
Oh, Michael, I'm very sorry, very sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. What I would leave with you guys is, man, listen, don't be afraid to utilize what God has placed inside of you. Every one of us was born with gifts and talents. God has placed something inside of us.
Mhm,
This is the thing. Where we don't have the answer to the problem. We are the answer to the problem. Everyone that was created to be the solution to a problem. We just
mhm,
find out what that problem is and bring the answer to the problem,
mhm.
right? This is why I tell people, if you learn how to identify problems and then be able to provide solution to their problems, people will pay you.
That is true.
And
That
that's
is true.
what I would leave with everyone today. The
And
fact
thank you
you
very
are
much.
to a problem. You don't have the answer to a problem. You are the answer to the problem.
Mhm. That is true. Thank you very much. Like I'm the from the bottom of my heart. I want to say thank you very much for coming out tonight. I
Yeah,
was truly blessed, and I know the viewers were blessed.
most definitely.
The Lord bless and keep you, Michael. May He cause His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Appreciate that.
I'm really blessed by you guys. Yes. Brilliant insight you given us. Thank you very much. Very, very, very much.
Most
You did
definitely.
a, oh my God. Tonight was, you see, me can't even say it. That's how much it is. It was that amazing.
I,
Thank you very
I,
much.
man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the opportunity for you, even allow me to come on this platform, man, and be able to share my story, share my experience, and share my knowledge and information. Like I said, we don't know it all. We need each. We were designed that way, to be not independent but interdependent, and
Yes, that is true.
that's where we depend on each other. You know, we were designed to be interdependent. You know, that's how God created us. You know, everybody has a unique gift, a talent, or skill. You know, and we can pretty much barter our way to success. You know, if you pour into me and I pour into you, we have no other choice but to be full. We won't go empty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, most
Thank
definitely.
you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank
Hey,
you very much.
all right, brother.
Thanks to all my friends from my page that join us tonight. Oh, you have been blessed and join us again. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful night. And we know that God now will stop blessing you. If you continue your journey, God is not going to stop blessing you and open more doors for you. Thank you very much.
Most definitely. All right, brother. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the night.
You too.
Mhm. Thank you very much, guys, for coming out. It was a pleasure for being here, and I love you guys. I really love you guys. Oh, remember to like, share, and comment. And it's always nice to have you guys here another Saturday. Remember, Tuesday, business talk, Thursdays, girl connection, and Saturdays, men connection. Real talk, real truth, live.